It's Friday and the weekend is almost here. लेकिन the news from Bollywood and social media still keeps coming in. मैं हूं मनीष.
And this is me, Gunjan. Welcome to your favorite show, Planet Bollywood. शो में आगे बढ़ने से पहले नजर डालते हैं आज की हेडलाइंस पर.
फिल्म बाला की कास्टिंग को लेकर सोशल मीडिया पे शुरू हुआ अपरोर.
तापसी पन्नू ने कहा, A lister क्या, even B lister male actors are not ready to work in female-centric films.
लव रंजन की अगली फिल्म with रणबीर कपूर, अजय देवगन and दीपिका पादुकोण हुई shelved. Well guys, now this is the segment where you guys are an active part of this show. This is called PB Audience Reacts.
Right, and कल हमने बात की थी about बाला and उजड़ा चमन clashing on box office और हमने आपसे पूछा था which one will be your favorite. बहुत सारे comments आए. Let's start with the first one, which is from अर्पण लिंबू, जिन्होंने कहा है, I've always admired Ayushman's work, but this time उजड़ा चमन looks more good and interesting.
Then Sahib Alak says, बाला की वजह से उजड़ा चमन को extra publicity मिल गई. That's quite funny.
Right, वहीं पर संजय दारियन का कहना है, do go watch उजड़ा चमन, बाला is a stolen concept.
So to which HNN says, can't believe they're remaking this movie from a Kannada film. In Kannada, it got a bad image for being insensitive. Few critics also questioned in a sarcastic way, asking when they'll start making movies on people being fat, dark complexion, white skin patches, midgets, deaf and dumb people. Well, I guess we're on the way there.
वहीं पर हमने दूसरी स्टोरी ली थी where Priyanka Chopra had given a statement saying that only politicians should be held accountable for what they say, not Bollywood actors. And इसके ऊपर आप लोगों ने बहुत सारे comments किए हैं. The first one is from Shaisa Ari, where she says she's absolutely right. Of course they have influence. They can share their opinion just like any normal people, but people should stop holding them accountable. They are just celebrities, and celebrities should not be held accountable for political matters.
Sephora Ashley says, then Priyanka should not speak about her political views if she doesn't want responsibility. Simple.
वहीं पर MD सोहेल ने बहुत ही हमदर्दी दिखाई है. He said, PC is a great human being. पाकिस्तान उनको जब ट्रोल किया तब किसी ने उनको सपोर्ट नहीं किया. So I think PC takes good decisions.
Good decisions. And Glitters 007 says, come on, please be more responsible for what you say, especially Priyanka being a global person. She needs to be more careful of what she says. Do you think she needs to be more careful?
I think responsibility is what you can't run away from, but accountability is still questionable.
Well said, Gunjan. Well done. All right, and then we have a standalone comment from someone who's been a part of this show quite regularly. This is Jahadul Islam, who says, hello Zoom. I was wondering, why does the comment section, I'm guessing he's talking about our segment called PB Audience Reacts, doesn't show on the YouTube uploads anymore. Well, the reason why it didn't happen, just to give you an answer, is that जब हमारे पास relevant comments हैं आपके साथ share करने लायक, then we would like to talk about them. But if there are too many trolls, or if there are things that we can't really speak about,
or mean or hate comments,
well, we do take some of those as well if they're interesting and intelligent. So if you're going to troll us, make sure it's intelligently done. But yes, if there aren't any comments to really talk about, we'd rather avoid speaking about them. But yes, if your comments are great and we do have something to say about them, we will take them on the show. I hope that answers your question. The much-awaited film starring Ajay Devgn, Ranbir Kapoor and Deepika Padukoण, directed by Love Ranjan, has finally been shelved. And this coming in the wake of the fact that Ajay Devgn has pulled out of the film.
Exactly, and that is why it brings us to the question कि आपको क्या लगता है कि अगर एक एक्टर एक मूवी से पुल आउट कर ले तो क्या पूरी मूवी को शेल्व हो जाना चाहिए? Is that okay or not? Do tell us your comments, share it in the conversation using the hashtag down below. Manish, Ajay Devgn was literally the final straw in shelving this movie क्योंकि पहले खबरें आ रही थी दीपिका की, आलिया की, नुसरत भरूचा की, the actresses were not getting finalized, the dates were not getting finalized. But I think now it is for sure that the movie will not go up.
That's right. ये film, the first inception of this film started in 2018, जहाँ पर the announcement was made both by Ajay Devgn and Ranbir Kapoor that they were coming together for Love Ranjan's next film. Love Ranjan in his filmography, he's got very successful films including Sonu Ke Titu Ki Sweetie and the Pyar Ka Panchnama. The two films that he did, and this was something that he was going to do with a bigger star cast. It was going to be a much bigger budget film, and this film was potentially going to catapult him into the next league of directors. And speculation is today that after all this news came out, basically क्या हो गया था कि सबको everyone wanted this storm to settle down before they got into production of this film, which was supposed to start in 2019. And unfortunately, there has been too many delays. जैसे आपने कहा, there was questions about the actress playing the film. Then there were questions about कि क्या दीपिका कर रही है फिल्म, क्या नहीं कर रही है फिल्म. फिर उनके spokesperson ने बोला कि ये न्यूज़ कहाँ से आ रहा है, वो तो कर रही है फिल्म. So there's been a lot of back and forth happening with this film.
Even the social media sort of exploding and saying not my Deepika, trending on social media, asking her to not do the film because the sort of allegations were so strong, and
Correct.
and the fact कि यहाँ पर follow up नहीं हो रहा है, and people still waiting and asking the question कि क्या ये justified है, क्या ये ethical है कि actors are still sort of associating with the directors जिनका नाम Me Too movement ने सामने आया है. And I think, like you said, the storm was too huge for it to settle down, and ultimately Ajay Devgn had to pull out of the dates because 1.5 साल से ये project has been hanging.
Correct.
And looks like that Ajay Devgn is moving on to next project, and Love Ranjan also has his next project where he will be sort of taking his attention to.
Right. So obviously, it's not like Love Ranjan is not doing any films right now. It's obviously like not that anyone else is not doing any films right now. It just seems to be bad timing for this film, and that's essentially what it boils down to. अब मेरा सवाल ये है यहाँ पर गुंजन कि एक potentially powerful कास्ट है, एक पोटेंशियली धमाकेदार फिल्म है, और इसको ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दीज थिंग्स व्हिच आर सीमिंग टू काइंड ऑफ होल्ड द फिल्म बैक, डू यू थिंक इट्स वर्थ शेल्विंग अ फिल्म लाइक दिस? Because we saw recently Inshallah, जो कि संजय लीला भंसाली, सलमान खान, आलिया भट्ट, was a great combination of 3 really talented people coming together, and unfortunately because of creative differences the film got shelved. Now one can argue कि it was Bhansali's vision and his casting, but at the end of the day could Salman Khan not be replaced is my question.
I feel like when you start a project, वो right ingredients होना ना, it's some sort of the flavor that you have that you begin a project with, and little changes sometimes upset the whole sort of concoction, and it's easier said than done कि भाई एक चीज बदल लो, लेकिन what it needs is what it needs, and sometimes when the vision doesn't go, I think it's better to shelve films, क्योंकि if it's not coming out right, if you don't have the right kind of people, and if the right kind of people do not have trust in you anymore, I feel like it's better to drop it right then and there, and then begin later if it has to. And of course, like with Love Ranjan, the problem here is that anybody who was accused in Me Too movement, there was no real charges that were put on. There was no real conclusion that came out. Lekin the storm was so huge that it's very hard to now associate yourself with somebody. And I feel like I mean, you have to bear the brunt of it.
No, I don't have a problem with the association. I'm not questioning that. मेरा ये सवाल है कि अगर Love Ranjan को परे करके you brought another director who is probably as capable, as good, or maybe even better, wouldn't it have been worth creating or making this film and going ahead with it? And are we really saying that there is no one else but Love Ranjan who can direct this film?
Exactly. It's a question worth asking, and you've kind of nailed it right on its head, क्योंकि why just Love Ranjan?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen with Houseful, जो कि जहाँ पर साजिद खान का मतलब नाम Me Too से जुड़ा गया था, and of course the allegations and all of that. And it was a much bigger accusation against him, and the makers of the film decided to go ahead with another director, and the film is looking fantastic. जो कि trailers हमने देखे हैं, Akshay Kumar, the characters, all of that is looking great, and it will still get an opening. This is something I can sit here guaranteeing you that this film will possibly be a success only on the basis of the fact that that's the ingredients of the film. Now the question is the same thing with this particular film with Ajay Devgn, Ranbir Kapoor and Deepika. Is it worth shelving a film like that on the basis कि ये नहीं हो रहा? We don't know what the other information is. शायद पैसे नहीं है, शायद कुछ और हो गया. We don't know what that information is. But the information that we have, and the apparent reason is that there are too many controversies around this film, and it's just not worth making.
True, very true, Manish. I think it is a very valid question. While we can't come to a sort of a conclusion here, you do tell us, what do you think? Share your opinion in the comments below. कल हुआ था बाला का ट्रेलर रिलीज एंड भूमि पेडनेकर का लुक रिवील. ये लुक रिवील होते ही सोशल मीडिया एक्सप्लोडेड टॉकिंग अबाउट Bhumi Pednekar's dark complexion.
That's right. The internet just kind of went abuzz and people have different opinions, and we're going to talk about those opinions. But before that, my question to you guys is, आयुष्मान खुराना और भूमि पेडनेकर के अलावा बाला में किस दो एक्टर्स को कास्ट किए जाने चाहिए थे? डू राइट इन यूजिंग द हैशटैग एंड लेट अस नो. वेल गुंजन, you know, there was a point in time जहां पर actresses wouldn't be cast for being too dark skinned, and there was that whole, you know, uproar about that, you know, how can you discriminate against skin color, which is something that we all stood for and we all supported. We can't discriminate against someone being too dark to be cast in a film.
Right.
And now we're looking at the reverse of it, where people are saying, how can you cast a fair person in a film for a character that's actually supposed to be dark skinned?
Absolutely. I think the way the stories are being told, people want good casting to be done, and
Correct.
they want fair casting to be done, pun intended, because वो चाहते हैं कि भाई अगर जिस तरह का रोल है उस तरह के एक्टर को मौका दीजिए. And I think it's a fair argument, Manish, because it is a industry जहाँ पर there is a discrimination that happens between the skin color. You won't see a lot of actresses. We've seen Nandita Das who's come forward and taken the initiative saying कि यार ये skin color discrimination has to end. Rajkumar Rao in fact has said that how he wasn't given roles, say being told कि यार आप तो थोड़े you know सावले हैं तो हम आपको हीरो में नहीं कास्ट कर सकते हैं. So I think because of that sort of history, it is sort of very important right now to question कि क्या apt casting हो रही है या नहीं.
Yeah, well, you know, I think it at the end of the day boils down to one thing. I mean, you know, in the past we've seen actresses who are always expected to be beautiful, who are always expected to be, you know, light skin colored because that seems to be more attractive to people, which is personally not my opinion. But that used to seem to be what was more attractive to people. And, you know, they had to go through all these transformations to look a certain way.
Right.
I mean, हमने देखा है that, you know, when actresses were slightly on the darker side, they weren't really accepted in the industry. When, you know, we're not talking necessarily about the male actors, because somewhere they kind of, you know, escaped this kind of discrimination. I mean, we have Rajkumar Rao as an example, but then on the other hand, you also have, you know, people who have been a part of the industry, who have been superstars and who've been also slightly dark. But I do get it. Our India's obsession for fair skin has always been existent and seems to still be within our very DNA.
Right.
Now, there is an attempt to change this. There is an attempt to make a difference, and which is what we're working towards, which is why the internet has exploded.
Right.
Because people have started saying, we're going to read out a few tweets for you guys. People have started saying a lot of things about what kind of casting we should have gone into. MN says, I'm so sorry, but this dark makeup is so wrong. Cast dark-skinned actors if it's important for the story, but don't do like this. Then Taylor Craven says, get dark-skinned actresses to play dark-skinned roles.
वहीं पर अर्चिशा का कहना है one day Bollywood will realize dark skinned people exist and they don't have to put 2 kilos of dark foundation on a fair skinned actress. One day, do you ever learn?
Anjali says, is it that hard to get a dark-skinned actress for a dark-skinned role? You know, so these are conversations that are happening online and they're very relevant conversations.
Valid questions.
Very valid questions.
लेकिन मनीष यहाँ पर सवाल ये भी आता है कि एक्टर का काम होता है कि वो हर कैरेक्टर में ढल जाए, राइट? फिर उसकी उम्र क्या है या उसका रंग क्या है, उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ना चाहिए. अगर आप एक्टर हैं तो आपका काम ये है कि आप अपने को छोड़कर कोई और बन जाए. तो अगर हम उसी चीज को, if we are questioning the very fact of that, then what's your take on that?
Well, yes, I do agree on that. I mean, I do agree that it's the job of an actor to be able to very convincingly get into the skin of any character. Now we have seen, I mean, हम एक Hollywood से मैं आपको एक reference देना चाहता हूँ, where we look at a Meryl Streep, for example. Okay, whether it's prosthetics, whether it is skin color, whether it is character, whether it is behavior, whatever it is, she is so convincing as an actor. And we've seen that with someone like an Amitabh Bachchan also. I mean, from Pa to Saira, his looks have changed and he's been convincing.
Right.
Now, would it be fair to say that don't cast Amitabh Bachchan in Saira because he doesn't actually look like that? I think that's a little unfair. There is some liberty that makeup and prosthetics and clothes give an actor when they actually are performing.
Right.
So, yes, I do agree with that. I do completely agree with that point of view. But my question is, why is this casting not happening basis you know, your skin color or basis your whatever, sexual orientation, gender, whatever
Exactly.
it is?
So like you said, and I will again go back to Hollywood because you gave that example, because you said कि कोई problem नहीं थी अगर actor ढल जाए, लेकिन problem ये है कि जो लोग इस तरह की, and we look at them as drawbacks, अगर इस drawback के साथ आते, they would have not been casted. Like for example in Hollywood, the reason ये question उठता है कि American एक्टर्स को ही हर किसी तरह की स्टोरी में क्यों रखा जाता है? इफ इट्स अ स्टोरी दैट इज अबाउट ब्लैक पीपल, इफ इट इज अबाउट एशियन पीपल, देन व्हाई आर व्हाइट एक्टर्स बीइंग कास्टेड? एंड दैट इज ओनली व्हाई आई थिंक द कन्वर्सेशन इज अगेन स्टार्टेड बिकॉज बाकी लोगों को मौका नहीं मिलता है. देयर इज नॉट इनफ रिप्रेजेंटेशन. एंड आई थिंक द क्वेश्चन हियर इज दैट इज देयर इनफ रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ डार्क पीपल और ओल्ड पीपल इन बॉलीवुड? इज व्हाई पीपल आर क्वेश्चनिंग भूमि पेडनेकर्स कास्टिंग. वैसे तो वक्त हो चुका है एक छोटे से ब्रेकअप, बट लॉट मोर बॉलीवुड अपडेट्स कमिंग योर वे. स्टे ट्यून्ड. मनीष, ड्यूरिंग द प्रमोशंस ऑफ सांड की आग, तापसी पन्नू ने जूम से एक्सक्लूसिवली बात करते हुए एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट सामने रखा, where she spoke about that how female actors actually face a huge problem while casting a male actor opposite them in a female-centric film. एक काम करते हैं, let's hear her out and then we'll come back and discuss.
कितनी बारी स्क्रिप्टें आती हैं हम दोनों के पास, इनफैक्ट फॉर दैट मैटर, जिसमें होता है कि हम पहले लड़की डिसाइड करेंगे क्योंकि हमारे लिए वो ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, एंड देन यू नो वील फिगर आउट विच पर्सन वर्क्स द बेस्ट फॉर द एक्टर. तो अब ये बदल गया है, दैट इज द डिफरेंस.
थैंकफुली. व्हाट अबाउट यू?
बट यू नो, हैविंग सेड दैट, ये डिफरेंस, इसका मतलब बदल गया है, बट अभी भी ये डिफरेंस नहीं है कि स्टिल नो बिग टिपिकल ए लिस्टर्स, और इवन फॉर दैट मैटर इफ देयर इज अ लिस्ट कॉल्ड बी लिस्ट, वो बी लिस्टर्स भी they don't come out and say कि I'm okay to do a role which is slightly lesser than a girl. I would, without taking names, we were discussing about it yesterday in the flight. It is so disheartening that you know guys जिन्होंने ऐसा नहीं, उनकी filmography is not that, you know, that you've done a lot of elaborate stuff, even if you have for that matter. I don't think us we girls when we get films हम बोलते हैं कि हमारे 5 सीन कम है तो हम नहीं करेंगे पिक्चर में, तो but we get to hear that a lot. A lot means, and from actors who probably haven't even done as much work as leading actors in films. They come up and say कि नहीं, I don't think at this stage of my career it's fair to play a role which is lesser than a girl. They actually come and say that, which is like, हमने तो कभी ऐसे नहीं बोला अपने किसी को एक्टर को, कितने हमने छोटे छोटे रोल किए हैं. सो दैट काइंड ऑफ रियली फील्स लाइक कि वी हैव रीच्ड समवेयर बट स्टिल दिल्ली दूर है अभी.
Well, there you have Taapsee Pannu speaking her mind about male actors being cast opposite her, whether they're A-listers or B-listers. And that's, I think that's rather fair. She's trying to say that, you know, people are a little wary about working with female actors in this male-dominated industry where there's so much testosterone and there's so much wrong happening against women in this industry.
I think पता है normalize हो गया है इतना आदत, like the expectations are so low no for female actors कि उनको पता है कि like they are not even trying to ask कि भाई कितने सीन होने वाले हैं. They're like, oh, you're giving us a big movie, you're giving us a movie with a male actor, good enough, we'll take it, we're not going to ask questions. Like whether it was Sara Ali Khan who took भले ही 5 सीन थे with रणवीर सिंह, she said मैं ले लूंगी happily and I'll make the most of it. But I feel like is it ego that male stars don't want to do छोटू roles?
I don't know. See, you know what? Honestly, here's the thing, Gunjan. मेरे हिसाब से, you know, this whole debate, and I know I'm going to get trolled a lot by people for saying this, but I'm still going to go sit here and say this because this is what I genuinely feel. That this whole argument of, you know, constantly having this gender clash is getting a bit passé now, in my opinion. Matlab, yes, there are things that women face and nobody's taking away from that. There is a discrimination, yes, but हर चीज में discrimination, I don't think there is. Now, for example, this particular topic that she's talking about, कि, you know, no male actor wants to work in a female-centric film. Yeah, you know, there is no one, you know, there is, forget A-listers, but B-listers also don't want to work with, you know, mid-level female actors, you know, in films because they feel like हमारी ego को hurt कर रहा है. But let's talk about how many mega star female actors have worked with brand newcomer male actors in the past in leading roles opposite them. I can't even count 3 on my hand. Forget 3, I can't count 1. I don't know, apart from Ranbir Singh, who was cast against a semi-star in Band Baja Bharat. I don't think there's any, or Shah Rukh Khan, who was cast against, you know, a semi-star in Juhi Chawla in Dar. I don't think there's very many stars who have emerged opposite mega female stars. And you look at the reverse of it. Okay, you look at the converse of it. जहाँ पर हर you know, every actress who is a big actress today has started off as a newcomer opposite a mega star. चाहे वो कटरीना कैफ हो, चाहे वो दीपिका पादुकोण हो, चाहे वो अनुष्का शर्मा हो, चाहे वो सारा अली खान हो, you know, the list goes on, where female actors as newcomers have been cast opposite mega stars and mega, established male actors, but you never see the reverse. And we have, known of this for quite some time कि there are many top female actors even today who will ask कि script क्या है, वो नहीं पूछेंगे, वो ये पूछेंगे कि एक्टर कौन है. And that is my problem with this statement.
But then there are a lot of male actors also जो अपनी खुद की chosen female actor movie में लेकर आते हैं. And we've heard a lot of people say कि even Priyanka Chopra said that there was an instance when a male actor would change the female actor because they wanted to work with, and they always have a say on who do want to work with.
No, that is a completely different argument altogether, Gunjan. My argument over
But
here
just
is
because
that
asking doesn't change much. मतलब
asking what?
Asking that who the male actor is.
No, but that's what I'm saying, that there is enough evidence and enough information about very top actresses who are in the industry, who are A-listers ruling the roost, queen bees, who will not sign a film with an actor unless he's really established. And
Right.
this is a known fact. This is not something that's new information. In fact, I genuinely feel that it's a lot easier for women to come into the industry, at least today, in this day and age and this current environment. It is much easier for women to enter the industry opposite a mega star male actor as opposed to the reverse. अगर हम विकी कौशल की बात करें and we say that he's a new guy, उसने भी अपना नाम कमा लिया and all of that,
Right.
but look at the struggle he's had to go through. He didn't have a mega big budget film backing him in his first shot at the
True, very
mantle.
true. I think that is a point that is very well made. You have a huge point there. But my point here is that when Taapsee says कि यार अगर तो क्या हुआ अगर छोटा रोल है? What stops male actors from saying yes? Even a big superstar to say yes. Why have we never seen bigger stars doing character roles? I think that is what she's trying to say. With that, the show comes to an end. Time for us to say goodbye. लेकिन जाने से पहले we have to remind you to stay tuned into our conversations. Well, this is me, Gunjan.
And this is me, Manish, signing off, but reminding you guys to come back right here on Monday at 9 p.m. for some more news from the world of Bollywood and social media. Until then, have a great weekend.